Hey y'all, this is annienoodle, and today we are going to be doing some field notes on displacer beasts. And if you don't know what a displacer beast looks like, it looks just like that. Look at him. Oh, he's purring now. Oh my goodness. Alright, well, let's go do some art. Well, hi guys, it is voiceover annienoodle here, and it is almost 9 o'clock at night, so you might hear my own personal army of disgruntled displacer beasts reminding me that it is food time. So, if you have seen the most recent D&D movie, which I highly recommend, I loved it, then you know what a displacer beast is, because there is one in the movie, and it's awesome. So, if you don't know, it is basically a cat with big scary tentacles on his back, and it kind of kicks everybody's butts. This is part 2 of a 5-part series of field journal notes based on cryptids. So there will be 3 more of these videos after this, and I hope you like them. I'm having a lot of fun. So I went outside and found some leaves because I wanted to include some leaves in this. This is a kind of pile of random stuff that I am saying that I found in the displacer beast den after the displacer beasts have moved out, and so I wanted some leaves in there, and I have an oddly hard time making leaves look good when I don't have a reference photo for them. And that's okay. So I just get references. It's okay to want references. And the nice thing about having leaves for references is once you have them, you can really just not really pay attention to what they look like. You're just like, oh, yeah, I got this now. And it's just fun. You don't need to like replicate the shapes of the leaves exactly. You just make kind of leaf blobs. It's all good. It's a really good way actually to practice using references, especially if you're going to do still life references, because leaves are very forgiving. Like, especially, leaves are good at teaching you how to be forgiving of yourself when you're drawing. So here I am putting in some dried shed snake skin from like a snake that outgrew its skin and then shed its old skin, right? And it just leaves behind this kind of yellowish, crinkly, papery see-through mess. It's really cool if you've never seen one. I mean, most people have, but and so like those little rib things that you see are actually like the belly scales. And I just thought they made such a neat pattern. Plus, I'm partial to snakes. I used to have one for a pet. And that may or may not be a human clavicle that I just drew. And so I'm going in and putting in more patterns on the snake skin because that's kind of the point, is that you want to like be taking notes of what you might have seen. So like let's say there are a bunch of ferns growing out from the inside of this pile of interesting things in the displacer beast den. Well, you want to add those in, and you want to add in some suggestions of the various kinds of scales that you're seeing on the snakeskin. And I mean, in theory, I would assume, and I think I make a note of this on this sheet, that you would collect these items for more careful identification later. And man, if you're like actually a person that works in the field, and I am totally wrong about that, I mean, you don't need to yell at me. I promise I'm not gonna go out and like collect things from the dens of various animals and bring them home and study them, because I just, honestly, I've got too much other stuff going on. I'm actually kind of sad that I have too much stuff going on to go like raid old animal dens for interesting things, because now that I say that, it sounds like fun. Anyways, just maybe not like a displacer beast, because like I feel like I'd be like, oh, this den is abandoned, and then like the displacer beast would show up and eat my face off. So this paper does not let you erase on it, and I actually had to redraw some of this stuff, like on a new clean sheet, because yeah, it just doesn't erase it all, and I had forgotten that when I drew on it. Hooray! So here I am drawing the displacer beast herself. And I mean, yeah, she's really cute. And I drew her a little fluffier. Usually, when you're seeing a displacer beast, I don't know if they even have fur or if they have like salamander skin. I purposefully did not look up what displacer beast skin texture is like because I wanted to make it up. And the person commissioning me to do this is fine with me making up things because it's more fun that way. So, when he and I talked about what he wanted to see for each of these 5 sets of images, one of the things that he said was this. He wanted to see the displacer beast as a mom, so with her little cubs. And so I got to draw a little family scene, and it was so much fun. Also, I listened to my last recorded voiceover on my last video, and I hold my mic like kind of up to my face because otherwise you can't really hear me very well. But it was giving me a lot of pop noises. I mean, not like horrible, but enough that it was bugging me. And so I didn't want to hold it that close to me, but now it's very quiet. So if you can't hear me, let me know. I am trying to adjust the audio like as I am recording this so that it gets better afterwards, but yeah, I guess it's constantly a juggling thing. It's a learning curve. Yeah, yeah. And so here I am starting to put in watercolor. And I am being very wishy-washy with it. I am not trying to be careful at all, and it was very fun. I really have a lot of fun painting these, and I definitely need to do some, like, out and about real life nature journaling this summer while I can go outside without it causing me pain to be there. I also have a video that I want to do about travel palettes, so that will, in my mind, necessitate me taking them out and like doing some filming out in the wild, so I can be like, here's this palette and how I'm using it, and here's how it works. You know, just like a kind of comparison, because it's that time of year that people might be wanting to get outside more. I keep thinking this is flipped upside down and it hasn't. So I finally realized that I didn't need to be painting with the world's tiniest brush. Sometimes I wonder if when you guys are watching me, you're like timing how long it takes me to realize that I am painting really huge areas with really pointlessly tiny brushes and just laughing at me. I mean, it's, all in fun. It's okay to laugh at me not noticing what I'm doing sometimes. I know I laugh at myself. So I'm putting a little bit of green here at the bottom of the cave because I want to definitely call out the fact that it is not just a dirt floor in there. It's like moss and ferns and like old leaves and all sorts of interesting things to snuggle in because you don't want to just sleep on a dirt floor. Like, nobody wants that. So, and then because I did that, and this interesting lump of stuff is supposed to be from the floor of that little tree cave, I wanted to make sure to paint around that in like a little green wash. And here we are painting the kitty mom. Isn't she cute? Yeah, so I really struggled figuring out what colors I wanted to paint these displacer beasts. It was so hard. And by the way, the reason that I skipped the nose here is because I was thinking I would paint the nose pink because my little girl brain is like, cats have pink noses. And then I looked at my actual displacer beast cats and they do not have pink noses. They have black noses, so I painted black later. But just so you know, that is how my brain works. Kitties have pink noses. And I just love the look on her face. Like, that's such like a deadpan pan mom look. Like, yes, yes, the children are like fighting again. Oh, and here I am adding in these little nubs because displacer beasts have tentacles. So my friend and I figured they would have little tentacle nubbins when they're cubs. So I forgot to put those in. I put them in on Grumpy Cat up there, but I forgot to put them in on the little, the ground kitten. And then I might just be remembering this, but I swear displacer beasts have like pink like pads on the end of their tentacles. I don't know. My goodness. And so here I messed up so many times doing this cat's face, like painting it. There, that's what I did. I was like, oh, I'll just put down a wash because this paper is so weird to paint on. So I was just like, I'll put down a little wash and I'll wait a minute and then I will put some black on there and I'll just softly. No, no, this paper is super weird to paint on. So like I put that little black dot in there and it went sploosh all over the place and I was like, oh, that is not what I wanted. That is not what I wanted at all. It's okay though, because he ends up not getting painted with black at all. I end up doing different things with him. Or her, honestly. Like, in my personal household, the cats that seem to start things are the girl cats. So that really might be a girl cat. Yeah. Anyways, I'm sure the other cat did something really horrible to annoy her. Like, looked at her funny. Just personal experience based on, siblings and cats. So here for this one, I am doing that wash of black on top of the brown. Just knowing ahead of time how it was going to spread out, I was fine with that. So, yeah, in some places I waited longer, like up on the tail, so that it would get darker and thicker. And then in some places I let it spread out and get lighter. And then I went over it again, which is what I'm doing here. And then I thought I would like give him, her, whatever, like cat stripes because it sounded fun. So I did. And I did something here that kind of bugs me where when your paper is wet and you drag your brush through it, unless you want those like splooches at the end, you need to drag your brush in the other direction from like the point where you want it narrowest to like a place where, oh my gosh, this is so hard to explain. I'll just put it in a video later. Anyways, I did it backwards and you can tell because like they're big splooshes of black paint. So guys, I'm hoping you can help me out with something because I've been posting pretty regularly every week and my channel has like stalled. And is it because that I'm not like nichey enough or I don't know. I know my videos aren't perfect, but like I see other people's channels growing who aren't super awesome at editing or whatever. I'm like I don't know what thing I'm doing that I'm not doing that they're doing or not doing. I don't know how to get my channel out there more because I would really like to. I think it's like as much as I'm enjoying just like having my like small group of people, I want to grow my channel still, like especially when I'm trying to and it's not happening. So if you've got any advice for me based on seeing my videos and like, hey, maybe you should try this, like great, I will happily try things. As long as you're not like, hey, try being somebody else besides yourself, like I'm still me. So I'm gonna try different projects every week and yeah. So if you have YouTube advice, not like stop being yourself advice, which I can't imagine any of you would tell me to stop being myself anyways, because I feel like that's why you're here. You're like, I like Annie because she's Annie, and she's kind of a nut job, but that's nice. And I never know what she's going to say next. That's because I don't know what I'm going to say next. But yeah, if you have advice, drop it in the comments, because I don't know, I'm so like stalled out. I'm barely getting subs anymore. And hey, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Or, if you are not a kind of person who does that, please hit the like button. Maybe leave a comment. I love comments. I still get few enough comments that I like do like a happy dance still. Every time I get a sub or a comment, I just like get super stoked about it. Oh my goodness. And by the way, I started a Ko-fi and you should check it out. And I every single time somebody signed up for my Ko-fi account, I just freaked out. Oh my goodness. So here I am showing you how to refill my Pilot Kakuno pen that I'm using. This is what it looks like. It's empty now. And this is what I've been using to do all the writing. And it's got a converter in it. I put this converter in it. It doesn't come in there. And it's really nice. So like you just stick the nib of your pen down in your inkwell and you twisty and then you twisty and then you wipe the tip off so that ink and then you like look at the cute squinty face and then you have ink again. So yeah. I love having a converter in my pen. It is super nice. I really don't like using cartridges, although like you can refill cartridges too. It's not the end of the world. I just don't want to keep buying. Like there is so much plastic stuff in my life that I buy, that is just part of my daily routine, and I'm like trying to eliminate as much of that as I possibly can. Just, trying to do my part. And we are, I think, getting pretty close to the end here. I think I have been chatting mostly about things that I'm not doing right now. So here is one of my displacer beasts. Look at her, she's all fluffy. And here's the finished pages. So I love that little grumpy cat face. Look at it, that's so cute. And so I know that these are not like my usual finished drawings, so if you didn't watch the last one, remember that these are supposed to be sketchy because they're like a field journal. And yeah, I will see you guys next week, and I hope you have a really great week. Bye-bye!